Throughout my life, people have lied to me. My parents were the worst by far. Very irresponsible people. Lie 1, Santa Claus. Now, why do we do that to our children? It upset me so much when I found out. Lie 2, every bride looks beautiful on her wedding day. Lie 3, you must tell the truth at all times.
What do you think?
Is your heart set on it?
Not necessarily.
All right, then, well, let's move on to the next one.
You must be supportive.
Hey, this is important stuff you don't understand. And I'm really sorry about all that Santa Claus deception thing that went on a few years back.
That's okay. Thanks for apologising.
It's okay.
Why didn't you get married in a meringue?
Because I'm cool.
What was cool about it?
Just behave. What was cool about it? Registry office. Mark in a suit he wore for work. Me in a dress that cost 30 quid. I'm like a 14-year-old who's fallen in love with the captain of the rugby team. It's embarrassing. Because I'm dreaming seriously of marrying James and spending the rest of my life with him. Oh, God. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And over a guy. It's just everything he does I love. He makes a joke, a really bad joke, and I laugh like a hyena. He must so hate me. I mean, really dislike me. And when I try and be his equal and talk to him about things, it's obvious I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, the fiscal shortfall of the last Tory administration was possibly, in my view, not a fiscally prudent thing.
What do you mean?
I've got no idea. But he's always so sweet and loving. Maybe he doesn't actually mind me. Maybe this is as good as it feels. Because there's another secret. When two people fall in love, they both lose pounds worrying over whether the other feels the same, when it's obvious to everyone around them that they do. Why does Amanda always make me feel ashamed of him? Why does she not get on with him?
He's not a nice man.
He is?
Bloody isn't. I look terrible in this.
What don't you like about James?
I have changed. My body's all over the place.
Eh?
I've lost any sense of what I used to be. I am a hideous, lumpy Buddha. Well, he's like Hannibal Lecter, isn't he? But without the charm. Should be called James Lecter, the cannibal's bland, self-centered cousin. How'd you tell your best friend she's fallen in love with a git? Without revealing that you slept with the git just before she did.
What's that?
No, nothing. Do I look fat in this?
You look pregnant.
Yeah, fat.
Well, of course you look fat. You're pregnant.
You're a man, aren't you?
Well, I hope so.
How quickly do you like to move in a relationship? Will I scare him if I asked him to move in with me?
I'm sorry, he's moving in with you.
No, I was just wondering about it.
Well, how's Sam feel about it?
It's fine. He really likes him.
Then ask him.
Hey. Nigel and Dawn are split up.
No, when?
Last weekend.
I thought they were getting engaged.
Why?
Just shagging about.
Dawn?
No, I'm not surprised.
Oh, well, I am.
Why aren't you surprised?
Well, you can always tell the shaggers, can't you? Well, you can always tell when someone's gay.
Well, I'm hopeless at that. Didn't realise Boyd George was gay until 10 years after.
No, you can always tell when they're up for it.
Oh, right, so it's like a gift then, is it? You're like a horse whisperer.
Yeah. There's going to be movies made about him. What if he says no?
He won't. Ask him now.
Are you sure? Okay.
Come back and tell me what he says.
Okay. Give me a kiss. I love you. Can we talk?
Yeah.
Seen you here a lot. It's very difficult to say this, but do you think we should perhaps start having the conversation about you moving in? Because I know you like Sam and I know you love me, and I'm really very nice, I promise. I don't bite. Oh, no, don't look like that.
Can I think about it?
Yeah, I don't mean to...
No, it's good to talk about it.
Sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
you okay?
Yeah.
So, in order to fund this £50 reduction in the council tax, we're asking services in the voluntary sector to make cuts totaling £1.5 million. Is that right?
Was an election pledge, Councillor Norton?
Yes, well, we pledged a lot of things at the election, didn't we? But the costings of this are not thought through. And I, for one, have serious
Did you
reservations...
stand for the wrong party at the election, Councillor?
No, he didn't, because this reduction will actually assist the better off, whereas the cuts in social services...
The next item on the agenda is cost of car parking on Saturday mornings.
Excuse me.
Something that I'm sure we have genuinely strong feelings about.
Excuse me!
Do not raise your voice to me. Your objections have been minuted.
James, what was all that about?
I know.
To see the Labour group pushing through these kind of cuts makes me want to throw up.
So did I speak
This is not what we should be doing. This is a disgrace.
Did I speak against
Well,
it?
yeah.
So am I the bad person?
No,
here?
I'm...
Then don't shout at me. I'm not the enemy here. Come on. I want me to meet someone.
Who, your wife?
Come on. You might be able to help.
So how old's your wife?
70. We've just had a birthday.
Right.
It's terrible to see her like this. And I know her condition isn't as far advanced as some of the others here. But you know things are just going to get worse. And no one cares.
Social services will close this place if they have to fund the council tax reductions.
So how many people use the centre?
About 7. But none of us carers have the skills or the strength, really, to do something on our own. And I know she keeps moaning about it, but I can tell she gets a lot from the place. And without it, we'd just be at home all day. Sweetheart, this is another councillor who's going to help James keep the centre open.
Hello. They've stolen my purse.
Who has?
The Catholics.
They haven't, dear.
They're all RCs in here. All of them. They're going to keep me in.
Come on. Countdown's on in a minute.
Oh. I love that man. And Arthur, the cat. Do you know that little white cat?
Yes.
Oh, she knows the cat.
Come on, we're going to find out.
How do you know about these people?
They wrote to me and asked me to help.
Why didn't they write to me?
So he's definitely moving in?
For the 1,000th time, yes.
When?
As soon as he sold his flat.
When will that be?
Well, as soon as... Look, wouldn't you like to move in with us as soon as you could?
I've got no choice.
Why am I lying to him? James didn't say this at all. Hey, I'm sorry about what I said in the bathroom earlier.
It's fine.
I don't mean to put pressure on or anything. It's just that I thought that maybe you were thinking the same and couldn't find a way of bringing it up, but...
Come here.
I keep thinking we're in sync the whole time.
We are. let me get this week over, and then let's talk about having the conversation.
William Golding had Lord of the Flies rejected 50,000 times. Think of that.
Did he?
Yes. Well, I exaggerate slightly, but do you know where it was eventually discovered? In a slush pile. You might think this is a boring job, but there are publishers in this town who turn down Harry Potter. Think how popular they are today with their employers, their wives, their children, the world's children. In this slush pile, you could find a masterpiece. These tatty, dog-eared, bloated things are the Vanessa Felts of our industry, but one of them, I'm sure, will become a bestseller. Take 3 or 4.
Okay.
Think positively, think laterally, because to be positively lateral is how we will discover our Bridget Jones. Oh, and take this. It's just something I came here by mistake. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's a nice title, though, I thought.
Hi, I'm home.
Do I look useless? No, actually, I'll put that another way. Have you done anything important today?
It's 11:30. I've been working since 7. I really don't need my existence challenged the minute I walk through my front door.
Oh, your front door.
Yes?
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Is it?
You know, I've been a counsellor now for 4 months, and I don't think I've done one important thing.
Well, don't blame me. I'm going to watch television.
Yeah, your television.
The television.
Yeah, no, but it's not, though, is it? It's yours.
Am I in the right house, or have I mistakenly stepped into a lunatic asylum?
You know, when I lived alone, and I was thinner, and I worked at the Commons, I felt that I was part of at least 2 or 3 things every day that made a difference to people's lives. Now I live in your house, I grow your baby, and I use your money to buy maternity pads. I just don't do important things anymore, do I?
Oh, Amanda.
Mike and his wife must have been together 50, 60 years. They'd have had children together and grown old together. And watching them this afternoon, I thought, well, this is what it's all about, isn't it? This is what me and Michael are going to do. But no, because he's never asked me to marry him.
Bye, Mum. Hey, your pumps. Don't eat them.
Yes, you do.
PE is Tuesday.
Is it? Oh, then why am I getting covered in this stuff then?
Post!
Hey, kissing, Sam. Mwah. Love you.
What type of kiss was that? Was that a committed kiss? No, there was definitely commitment in that. It was a peck, but a committed peck.
I think Louise is going to ask us to be bridesmaids.
Oh, no. No, that's... No, I mean, that's upset me now. You've got to tell her absolutely not.
Why me?
Well, because you're closer to her, and she'll... You decided where you're going to have the reception?
Well, that's a difficult point. Rich and I want it at a hotel.
Oh, which one?
The one up by the Walsgrave Triangle?
Oh, that's really nice. Didn't one of his uncles get married there?
Yeah. They've since got divorced, but it was such a lovely day.
Oh, that's great.
But his mum and dad want it back at their house.
Well, it's not big enough, is it?
There are just some old relatives who won't be able to make it to the church, and she wants them to be included.
So what are you going to do?
Well, we're going to... This isn't my idea. We're going to have the reception again the next day around his mum's house. Sort of reenact it.
Oh, no, Louise, that's just insanity itself. You've got to put a stop to that.
I can't. I've tried.
Well, then you're just going to have to shoot some people.
How does Rich feel about this?
Well, he's just sad that his grand sisters won't be part of it.
Well, tough. They know what weddings are like. They all blend into one another after a while anyway. Except yours, obviously, which will stand out as very special and be the last thing I think of before I die.
You know, you shouldn't let his mum boss you around with that face of hers. Do you want me to talk to her?
She's not scared of you anymore, Emma. We've lost all control over her. Don't worry. I mean, it's early days yet. Which brings me on to something I'd like to ask you two lovelies. Will you be my bridesmaids? We'll hire some great meringues.
Rich?
Yes.
Richard?
Hello.
I thought we were going down the pub.
Yeah, we will.
How's your back?
Oh, it's fine. Just helps to be down here.
Well, we don't have to go down the pub if you don't want to.
Okay. Whatever you want.
But I thought you wanted to talk to me about something?
Will you be my best man?
Me? Me? I'd love to.
Surely Rich has got some young cousins or something. Bridesmaids are supposed to be young and virginal, which they were hardly...
And cute.
And cute, yes. I mean, can you imagine breasts like these in a bridesmaid's dress? I mean, they've already doubled in size. By the time the baby comes, I'm going to need a page boy just to hold him up down the aisle.
Women pay good money to have breasts like yours.
Not round their knees, darling.
I'm winding you up. You'd be awful bridesmaids.
Well, don't look so disappointed.
Well, if you wanted to wear a meringue as just a member of the congregation, you could.
I'm sorry.
I think you're losing your mind, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
What's up, Em?
I've had this.
What is it?
I don't know. I think divorce papers.
Oh, babe. How'd you feel?
Really weird. Really just weird having heard from him, but, you know, I think okay, I think.
Come on, stop crying.
Yeah.
At least you know he's not dead.
So what does it say?
It's a divorce. On grounds of adultery.
Which you can hardly deny.
Oh, I'm not going to.
With Stuart G and one other.
You're having a son. Has he written that?
Who was the other?
I don't know.
Well, it'll be James, won't it?
No, that was after the separation. You've got to be able to prove this in court. Who was the other?
No one. Honestly,
What is he playing at?
I don't know.
God, he's a malevolent little sod. He wants Louise to find out so he can mess everything up.
If he'd wanted that, he'd have written your name, wouldn't he? Or he'd just ring her up and tell her.
She can't find out what happened, Emma.
I know.
And she'd leave me, and I don't want her to leave me.
It'll be all right, Rich.
Does anyone else know?
Amanda and James.
Why don't you take out an advert? Or better still, hire a plane and trail it across the sky?
You can trust them, Rich. You can trust them.
I gotta go.
Is Mark going to start getting in touch?
I hope so. For Sam.
When are you going to tell Sam about this?
When I can. You hug me.
Hey. It's going to be all right.
Right, so we need Mike and the rest of the families from the centre, and we need people from other services that can be scaled down.
Why?
Why? Because I'm going to create such a fuss about what's happening, and we're going to shame people into stopping it.
No. What do you mean by fuss, Amanda?
OK, I mean local press, national press.
No.
No, I mean demonstrations outside this building 24
No,
hours
this
a
is
day.
not going to happen. I'm working behind the scenes here to try
No,
and make...
it is going to happen.
Come on, Amanda. You're proving women's brains shrink when they're pregnant. If we go around trying to shame people, we'll just set them against
What
us.
did you just say then concerning my brain?
That it has shrunk, like all pregnant women.
I'm going to use everything in my power to help these people, and nothing will distract me from it. Who's Pam Braithwaite?
Well, I couldn't use my real name.
You wrote this?
I dabbled.
How long did it take you?
3.5 weeks.
Geez, Sinead, it's longer than the Bible.
Well, I got on a roll, you know, and I discovered some really good author techniques that kept me focused and confident.
Like what?
I listened to a lot of Andrew Lloyd Webber every night before I wrote. I found it gave me a great superiority complex. But, I mean, that's hardly a work of literature. Maybe it is.
Oh. Well done, you.
Will you read it?
No.
Why not?
Well, because I'm too busy, and because if it's another one of those Bridget Jones rip-offs full of shagging singletons and skinny little titless tarts, it's going to make me want to throw up. I mean, it's all fiction.
Well, don't judge it. Read it as a fan.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan.
Amanda, I need you to read it.
Why?
Because you're in it. Well, like other of my fellow novelists, I did draw on some aspects of my own life, and I'm wondering...
If Dawn French plays me in the movie, I will sue. You know that, don't you?
Just don't show it to anyone else until we've talked about it.
Okay.
What?
Wait, it's just your first line here. All Emily wanted was perfect sex.
What's wrong with that?
Well, how long have you got to talk about it?
Oh.
Why don't we try something else?
Like what?
Why don't I just get on?
Oh, God, no, please.
Oh, there's no need to shrink back in fear.
Do you think I could have slipped a disc or something? Feels more like a sprain. It comes and goes.
Just get it seen to. Gosh, you're like your dad. We get 3 days a month to do this, and we're not going to get anywhere with you lying on the floor all night.
I'm not going to lie on the floor.
The odds are already stacked against you fertilising me as it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really going to have to lie on the floor.
Mark's parents are coming down on Saturday to discuss the wedding.
With you?
No, they just want to come and see Sam.
Oh, do you want me to be there?
Yeah, please.
Oh, actually, what am I talking about? I can't do Saturday. Do you want me to send Michael if he ever stops working? Because that Midlands Dragon's can give you hell about the divorce.
I don't care about the divorce. Do you know that there was a time when I felt so guilty about what I'd done I could barely get through the day? But if I'd stopped with Mark, I'd have gone through my whole life and never known what it felt like to fall in love. Just to meet someone on the street and feel as though your heart was giving up on you, and to know, and this is going to sound crazy, but to know that even though you don't know this bloke, that this is the one you're destined to spend your life with.
Sounds like a cue for a song.
Well, why not? If you feel this good about something, don't you believe that love happens?
I think it grows. There's a couple at this centre that have been together for 50 years now, I suppose. And,
I didn't know you were coming round.
I couldn't stay away.
Man, can I call you back?
yeah, sure. You go for it, Emma. Oh. Oh, God. Don't go there, Sinead.
What's that?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Hello.
Has Sinead ever talked to you about her book?
What book?
The Passion and the Pendulum. It's some sort of bonkbuster she's written.
Sinead's written a book?
Yeah, and it's about you.
Is it?
Listen to this.
Sinead's written a book about me.
Why?
Emily's tongue.
Oh, is that me?
Yes, it is. Emily's tongue licks the back of his teeth, and she didn't flinch when a morsel of food fell out from one of his back molars. This was how much she cared for him.
That's revolting, surely.
Well, it's all like this. It's quite extraordinary. Listen. She knew that being here with Dick, that's your brother-in-law butcher, was wrong. It would hurt Marco. It would also hurt Dick's fiancée, Lucy, but she didn't care. Dick was all she craved. This is about you and Rich, babe. I mean, there are some cameo appearances from the rest of us, but the central story is of an affair between Dick and his brother's wife.
What is?
Oh, nothing. It's just Sinead's bonkbuster.
Sinead's written a book.
How does she know?
Can I read it?
No.
I thought Sinead didn't know.
She doesn't.
Was your jolly boyfriend listening to that as well?
This is hilarious.
How does she know, Amanda?
Listen, I can't talk, babe. I can't talk. Bye.
Listen to this. While everyone was dancing downstairs, there was a different illicit rhythm jackrabbiting around the bedroom. Emily and Dick humped quietly. Oh, my God, this is pornographic.
Hiya.
What are you doing at work? It's nearly midnight. I've been trying to get hold of you everywhere.
Well, I've got another idea for a novel, and I thought it might be...
Yeah, well, for the sake of the world, stop, Sinead. Put your pen down.
Didn't you think it was any good?
Well, well, that's immaterial, really, isn't it? I just dread to think what this new one's about, that's all.
It's a sequel.
Babe, you can't do this, OK? You can't write about Rich and Emma in this way.
Is it obvious it's them?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, of course.
I was worried about that. But, I mean, none of it's true, is it? I just sat here and made it all up. I just thought... Well, you know how Mark thought Rich and Emma were having an affair before he left? I thought, what if that had actually happened? How exciting would that be in a novel? It's like this new one. I thought, what if you and James had had an affair at work before he met Emma? How would that be?
Sinead, what is going on? You can't put our lives in a book.
But it's all made up.
Yeah, I know it's made up, but you've got to stop making it up, OK? The real things are getting difficult enough as it is.
Are you drunk? Where have you been?
Down the pub.
Who with?
Nigel. He wanted to talk about drink. I mean, Dawn. Are you down there again all night?
Do you fancy him?
A bit. We all fancy our friends, don't we? That's why they're our friends. What are you worried about?
About you and me. Falling apart, all my bits are dropping out. Yeah, and you laugh and you expect Olympics in the bedroom.
What do I get? With Paralympics?
You won't get the Paralympics with Nigel.
Come to bed.
No.
Come to bed. You're not going to go all silent on me when your parents get here, are you?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you go all like your dad.
Yeah, and what am I supposed to do? Flirt around and pretend I'm Nigel?
If it make you more fun.
And why don't you marry him then?
Well, am I?
Well, go on then. You're all over him every time you see him. You might as well formalise a relationship.
I'm just saying that quite often when your parents come round, you go quiet, that's
No,
all.
I don't.
Yes, you do. You're like your dad.
I'm not like my dad. You shut up about that.
You are rich. And I don't want their kind of marriage where the man sits there like a deaf mute and the woman has to do everything and say everything and organise everything.
You don't have to do everything.
Yes, I do. Like, what about this wedding? You don't involve yourself. You don't ask any questions. You don't do anything.
Well, you and my mum are going to do exactly what you want anyway, so what is the point?
The point is I want to do this with you. I want to be in this with you instead of having my little file by myself. You're making me feel alone in this.
Yeah, we'll get Nigel involved.
Oh, God, would you shut up about Nigel? I don't want to marry you.
Through at the door.
I want this wedding off.
Through at the door, Louise. Shut up.
We haven't caught you at a bad time, have we?
No.
What's all this?
Hi, Mum. Come in. Do you want a cup of tea? It's good to see you. Dad.
Come on through, Shawnee. I've come for my book back. Ah. What do you mean,
Hey, Shawnee. I love that bit about Dick and Emily having a shack on the tandem.
Oh, thanks. That actually happened to an aunt of mine. Has he read it?
No, he's just glanced at a couple of pages, that's all.
I asked you not to show anyone. I feel so guilty about writing it now. I realise how it could hurt people. I mean, Louise would murder me if she read it. And Emma, too. And Rich also. There'd be a queue. Where is it?
I haven't got it, Shawnee.
Why not?
Well, Emma asked to read it, but don't panic. She's finding it really funny.
But it's not a comic novel. Why would she find it funny?
No, funny about it being based on her, that's all.
Well, she might, but what about the others?
Well, no one else is going to read it, are they?
I can't believe I showed it to you.
Hello, Annie. Let's have a look at you. Hello, Mom.
What's up?
Oh, lovely.
James
bought me a PS2.
Oh.
Hi, I'm James.
Ron. Ron Rose.
James Norton.
We came down the M40.
Yeah?
Yes, we do the A45, the M40, the A40, Trinity Road, you know. Well, I mean, we should have done the M6, the M1, the A1, and come down through Holloway and across the river at... oh, where is it?
London Bridge.
Yeah, London Bridge. Is that the way you came, Rich?
Dad, I live here.
Ah.
I see you've been buying my grandson's affections with video games.
Oh, Mum.
Oh, it's all right. He knows I'm joking. Oh, colour's changed in here.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
I've been told to be on my best behaviour, Emma.
Oh, well, that'll be a first.
Emma?
Oh, she knows I was only joking.
I didn't.
Well, I was, Annie.
What's up with Rich?
Oh, don't ask.
I'll have a word. You all right?
I'm telling you, I'm getting really wound up by Nigel. It's getting out of control.
What's he doing?
Oh, they're just all over each other. So obviously fancy each other. We had this blazing row this morning before Andy Capp and his wife arrived. My mum's been winding me up all day about getting in touch with my brother.
Have you heard about Sinead's book?
Sinead's written a book?
Yeah. Here it is.
No, I don't like that at all.
Well, not to worry.
Of course, you can't have divorcees as maids of honour, Emma. So you won't be featuring in the ceremony, will you?
No, but I'll sing up during the hymns, so I'll still feel a part of it. I'm not yet divorced, Annie.
Fingers crossed, though.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Can we talk about me a little bit more?
Are you still going to have the action replay in the garden the day after?
What's wrong with that?
Oh, it just upholds all the rules of comedy. But hey, if that's the way you want to go...
Some of the people won't be able to make it to the ceremony.
Don't you think they might want to go on their honeymoon the day after, Annie?
They're in their 80s.
Not your relatives, the bride and groom.
Do you?
Well, we wouldn't mind.
Your mum's ganging up on me.
Well, someone has to.
How does she know about this?
She doesn't. She just made it up.
Yes, we can't leave this lying around. Let Louise read it.
Please, what?
Sinead's written a bonkbuster about you all.
Has she? Let's have a look. Who's Emily?
Emma.
Who's Dick?
What's she reading?
Do you know Sinead?
I do. Why Mark didn't marry her, I'll never know.
Well, she's written a book about Mark and Emma and Rich.
What about them?
Have you read this?
No.
Ron, come here. Sinead's written a book about Mark.
All very well.
Oh, it's just a little joke, you know. She's taken something about everyone's lives and kind of made a joke about it. Like this. This is quite funny. Marco helped with the soccer training at school on a Thursday night. Dick knew this. He knew that Emily would be alone. 15 minutes later, they were threshing around in the kitchen like two cod in a bucket, ripping at each other's clothes.
Well, I don't find that funny.
No? Well, what about, watching her mother die had made Lucy reserved and cold. Dick needed an outlet for his frustrated passion. Who better than his brother's randy wife? No one would ever know, he thought.
What's everyone doing up here?
Nothing. Nothing. Come on.
Right, now come on, everybody. Let's make some noise. This is really, really important. Let's not forget that. I want to hear you. I want to... Come on.
Is James coming?
No, James isn't coming, but don't worry, don't panic. It's fine. I think this is really going to get things going, so it's going to be fine. Where are you going? Why aren't you shooting these people here?
Nothing's happening.
What do you mean nothing's happening? These people are in protest. Now I want you to shoot. Give me that. Now come on, everybody. I want to hear it really nice and loud. No more cuts. Come on, I can't hear you. No
I'm turning into a choke, Rach. I don't know how to balance everything. How do I do it? I'm not even an MP. You've got 3 children, good marriage, a figure. I made those people look foolish today.
How long are you taking off for the baby?
2 weeks.
Amanda?
What? We found a nice nursery. Michael can afford it.
Take 6 months.
Months? No. No way. I thought I could talk to you about this, but you're just pigeonholing me as a pregnant woman like everybody else does.
You are a pregnant woman.
No, I'm not.
And we're no different from our mothers or our grandmothers or Boadicea, who you have a habit of resembling. When we have babies, we slow down.
I know, which is not fair.
And then, when it's born, we don't want to be apart from it. The last thing we want to do is stick it in some nursery before it can even sit up or recognise who its mum is. The world will still be here in 6 months.
Louise knows. She knows. Rich was standing there as guilty as sin. And when they left, Louise was cold with me. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
She's definitely chilly.
I've got to go, Emma.
Come in.
You all right?
Why did you read the novel out?
I was trying to salvage a bad situation, make the thing funny.
Yeah, but Louise hardly said a word after that.
The worst thing you can do, honey, is ignore the book. That's what'll make her suspicious. You've got to laugh at it like everyone else. In a week's time, no one will remember what Sinead wrote.
But it wasn't a laugh, was it?
And tell Louise what happened. What other option have you got? Look, in the next few days, Michael's going to want to laugh at the book. Amanda is going to want to laugh about it. Sinead is going to want us to have a round-table discussion about it like it's won the Booker Prize.
No.
And if you and the bonking butcher of Balham are sitting there with guilt written all over your faces, you're going to get rumbled. Spin it like it's Sinead's dirty fantasy and believe the spin. You've got to. Okay? See you later.
Okay.
Why did you and Emma make me feel sick when James was reading that out?
We didn't.
Look at me.
Oh, Lou. Why are you crying?
I was just upstairs thinking about it. Thinking that maybe it just all makes sense, that's all. There are gaps from what I remember. If there is anything in this, I want to know about it.
It's a silly book. It's just the crazy late-night ramblings of a diseased mind. If anything had ever happened between me and Emma, do you not think you know about it? You're 100 times cleverer than me. You can read me like a book.
But not this one.
No. Come on.
Then why were you so funny when James read it out?
I was embarrassed. Emma was there. I was just embarrassed. It was about us having sex, for God's sake. I didn't know whether to look at her, to look at you, to look at my mum, who I was convinced was going to clip me round the head any second for being a naughty boy. I was just embarrassed.
Look at me.
I am.
I want the complete truth from you now.
Okay.
Even though I know this is going to make me sound hysterical. Are you the other in the divorce papers?
No.
Look at me.
I am. You nutcase. You taste salty.
And why are we shouting at each other? If I'd have wanted Nigel, I'd have had him years ago. He's nothing compared to you. Nothing. I'm marrying you. How's your back?
Do you know? I think it's holding up. I reckon it could be green for go.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry for being funny. It's just...
No, I know, it's all right. It's all a bit crazy, that.
It's not all right. You're being fantastic about this wedding.
Has Rich sorted the cars out with his dad?
No, he wasn't brave enough to have the conversation.
It's going to be a great wedding, Louise.
Oh, Fab, are we allowed to talk about it again?
Yeah, of course.
OK, in what ways do you think it's going to be great? Oh, I just love this.
Well, you're going to look fantastic. It's going to just be fantastic. Rich is going to look fantastic.
Mum?
Yes, love?
Look, I'm not coming in.
Oh, look, there's somebody here, Lou. I've got to go.
Oh, get rid of them. I want to talk about my wedding.
OK.
Hello?
Hello?
Is he in?
Who?
Who do you think? Because his son's been waiting for him all day again today, and I'm fed up with having to lie to the little kid. He can start doing it himself.
Where are you going?
It's James's weekend. Let him sort it out.
Hello, this is James Norton. Leave a message and I'll call you back.
Is that a car? Can we read this to William?
I think it might be a bit old for him, Sam. What books do you like, love?
How about this?
It's okay.
Okay.
Did you know he had a son?
No, God, no. I knew he had a wife.
You what? Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't think...
You've let me get into this knowing he was married, and it didn't cross your mind to tell me.
Well, he's been separated for 18 months now. I didn't think it was my place to tell you.
Well, of course it was. You're my best friend.
He told me he was going to tell you himself. He asked me not to. What was she like?
Oh, she was, blonde and Pisces, and she prefers blur to oasis. What are you talking about?
No. What state was she in?
She was furious. She was just so upset. I don't know. I mean, she's left her son with me, Amanda. She doesn't even know me. She's just furious. So is there anything else I should know about him before he comes back?
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, Amanda. Why don't you surprise me?
Tell her about me. No, nothing.
How long has he been married?
5, 6 years. Michael, when we first met, did you feel like your heart was giving up on you, that you had to be with me?
Yes.
Then why have you never asked me to marry you? In all the time we've been together, you have never once talked about it.
What if I run a nice hot bath and put some of that pleasant herbal stuff in?
No, I don't want a bath.
And you don't want to get married. You never want to get married. I haven't asked because you'd only respond by chopping my head off.
Well, just ask me for once.
Yeah, it's too risky.
Michael!
Will you marry me?
I'll think about it.
I'll run the bath.
Hiya.
Do you know what this is?
Have a look.
Your son drew it. He said it was Hitler destroying a town. It's practically the only thing he said before he went to bed.
He's here.
Did you meet Juliet? What? What can I say to you?
Well, that's what I've been thinking. I've been thinking, what can he possibly say to me? I thought I knew you. But you have a wife. You have a son. Is there anything else I should know?
I have another son. He's 9, I think.
You think?
I don't see him. But it's all right.
Don't say it's all right. Don't walk into my life, my flat, my son's life and tell me that this is all right. I'm too important. Now, I have been honest and open with you at every turn.
I know.
I have told you things I should probably never have told you.
I know.
Yeah, but you couldn't have told me this. Now, why is that? Are you just a weak man?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've been wanting to tell you.
Right.
Yes. I've been wanting to tell you, but you mean so much to me, Emma. I didn't want to do anything that might make you think bad of me.
And why would I have done that? You've a secret wife.
She's not my wife.
You still married to her?
It's been over for so long. Come on.
She's still your wife. You used to have a son who was drawing pictures of death and destruction and displaying many signs of an unfathered boy, and there's still more. And I'm not allowed to think bad of you.
Think what it's like for me. Can you do that? I have a son I've never seen. I have another son who I've let down because for me to stay in a marriage with his mother would have made his life misery. I thought you might understand that. And every day I'm eaten up inside about him. Every day I want to talk to him and hold him and read him a story at night. And I can't. And I've met you. And if you're unaware about this, you're the best thing on this planet, Emma. And every day I'm thinking, I'm going to mess this up. Like everything else I've ever touched.
So why don't you want to move in with me?
Because of this. How could I move in without resolving this?
You're on the city tonight. And then you and William are leaving in the morning.
Oh, no.
No, don't. Don't.
This is why I didn't tell you. Emma!
Now, the passion and the pendulum.
Well, we don't need to talk about that. I'm sure it's not
No,
very good.
no. It's said that everyone's got a book inside them. Unfortunately, Pam Braithwaite seems to have escaped. It's terrible, with no apparent understanding of what drives people or how people relate or talk to each other. You read it to a constant muttering of, "Oh, God, Braithwaite, please, don't. No, oh God, just listen to this rubbish." However, underneath the banality is a coruscating contemporary satire. And as an editor, that gets me excited. I feel as though I could do something with this.
What's she talking about? Put it in the bin.
No, but it's so trashy that it will sell copy, Sinead.
Give it me. Give it. Don't be so precocious.
Where are your instincts?
Hi. Hello. Thank you for meeting me. How's William?
He's fine. And Sam?
Oh, could I have peppermint tea, please? Thank you. Sam's fine.
What we lost sight of with this election pledge was the impact a lower tax will have on the more vulnerable members of our community.
Yeah.
The tax cut was designed to help them, but in reality, it will do the opposite. I've spoken to most of you here, and I believe that this is the consensus of opinion. Now, let me tell you something about the real lives that will be affected if we pass this legislation tonight. Mike and Olive Piper have been married for 57.
Well done.
Thank you.
Never met anyone like James. He can get anyone to fall in love with him. Anyone. He sees what you need, and he provides it. It's not like he's a bad man. He's just desperate to be liked. Especially by women. But the minute you fall in love with him, or try to get him to commit to you, he's off. On to the next person, moving on. Having no understanding of the mess he's leaving behind.
Did he see other women when he was with you?
Oh, yes. Emma, I'm only still in his life because of William, who he genuinely cares about.
I know.
Did you know about me?
She's still in love with him.
He really is extraordinary. It's like when you're not there, you don't exist, and when you are, he gives you exactly what you need. I bet you're thinking this isn't going to happen to you. That you're not some stupid girl who couldn't...
No.
Who couldn't see what was coming. But he'll have moved on from you, Emma, already.
To who?
There'll be someone. There has to be. He's always moving forward. It's the only thing he knows.
No, he won't. Because I really let him talk the other night. And I think he really is trying to commit to me. Everything I learned about his past fits in with how difficult he's finding it. Where are you, James?
Are you all right?
Well, I don't know. And I don't know if I should be talking to you, really.
Why not?
Well, you're her friend.
Look, I know what happened. And I also know that being with Emma can't be easy at the moment. You've got the divorce and all that history. You've got Sam. I know it isn't all one way, and I don't think Emma believes that either.
You know I love Emma, don't you?
Yeah.
I think the world of her, honestly. And I don't want the fact that I've talked to you to be any problem between us getting back together.
Well, why would it?
I've just got to talk to someone about it before I try and get back with her. I mean, it's such a fundamental area of trust, isn't it? I mean, I just can't believe what happened.
What?
Oh, she told me, Lou. After that afternoon with Rich's parents, she told me everything. And that's really why we're apart at the moment, because I really don't know what to do with it. And I keep telling myself it doesn't make any difference, that it was a long time ago. And it doesn't really. I mean, that's the right thing to think, isn't it? I mean, how do you cope with it?
What does she tell you?
About her and Rich? About how he was the other? Oh, God, you don't know, do you? Oh, Louis, forget it. Forget what I said. I'm sorry.